Today I'm gonna stream and I'm gonna do my Smash GG predictions and I'll do my main bracket predictions, right? So, here's the strategy. Let me just break it down for you. First and foremost, we gotta do this one. We gotta do the Smash GG prediction. There's already a lot of brackets. I already looked through, there's like fucking 15 pages of brackets last night. Look at how many of these there are. Right, it goes back forever. Like the very end, 27 pages of brackets. There's so many. G2A Akira is always right. That sounds unlikely. My team for a game I don't watch. Real average, regular old fucking Kappa user, huh? That's pretty funny. My team for a game I don't watch. That's cool. I saw a lot of people saying stuff like, I don't really watch Street Fighter, but I just made a team because fantasy brackets are fun. And I kind of agree with them. I think that it's actually really fun to just make fantasy brackets, right? It's always fun to make predictions. Because if you're wrong, you're wrong. But if you're right, you're like, yeah, I'm fucking sick. You know what I mean? It's so cool. R Kappa shoutouts. Yeah, shoutouts to R Kappa. You know what? I read Kappa a lot. I think a lot of people know that. And I think people really misunderstand Kappa. Kappa, I feel like is very simple to understand. It's like very easy. There's two kinds of people. Two kinds of reactions when people read Kappa, right? The first reaction is that people take it too seriously. They read Kappa and they take that shit as law. And I'm like, no, man, you can't take it that seriously, right? The second person is the person who is just like, I don't ever read Kappa. Those guys are worthless. Never read Kappa, right? When in fact it's a pretty large percentage of our community. It's just a whole bunch of shitheads, you know? But the shitheads are funny sometimes. So sometimes you gotta read it so that you can laugh at the shitheads. But then also, click on some of the links there and just be like, wow, that was an interesting NSFW link I just clicked. So you show up, you don't take it too seriously, but you recognize the little nuggets of truth in there, right? And you click some links and you have a good time. Kappa's very simple. And I don't understand how people don't get it. It's a good time. Sometimes you gotta check in and see how everybody's doing. You know, that's all. Here we go. Team name. It's gonna be a Team Hoop Squad. Wait. Maybe we can, what is our team name? I'll come up with that later. Select roster. So I got 1,000 buccarinos. Punk and Tokido at 200 bucks, huh? So really, both of them are incredibly expensive. There is something I have to explain about the way this works. There is something I have to explain. People are gonna get really upset about the way I make picks on this. But you can't pick the people who are most expensive. Because, I'll explain. If I pick 3 people who are cheaper than Punk, and they all make top 8, and he wins the tournament, they're worth more points than Punk. So you have to be kind of conscious about that, right? You have to be careful about your picks. I need some good picking music. Anybody have any suggestions? Select budget. Bonus. Let's get to the bonus question. How many unique characters will be used in top 8? I think that 7 is a pretty safe bet. 6 or 7 probably. Because if Punk makes top 8, he's going to play 2 characters if he has to play the bar. Oh, I'll say 7. There's got to be 1 repeat character, right? Will there be a perfect in top 8? I think that's a yes. How many games will be played in grand finals? We'll get to that one after. How far will the LCQ bracket make it in the bracket? Whoa. I like the LCQ winner to maybe make top 8, right? They're going to have to play Punk first, which means they're going to have a hard path. So maybe like 13. Okay. So we got the main bracket here. The main bracket is important. So when I look at this, by the way, when I look at this, you have to remember this. Punk is $200, right? That's a fifth of my budget. So like, for instance, if you picked like, I don't know, Punk and Tokido, then I'm already down 400 bucks. And the rest of my picks have to be picks that are the least expensive, right? So you have to kind of like think about it like it's better to get 5 picks for the cost of like 2 or something like that. So if Tokido and Punk are 400 together, then it'd be better to get like Kazunoko, Fudo, and like maybe somebody who's cheaper for like 440 than try to get the 2 of them, right? So that's what I had to think about. Yeah, I agree that bang for your buck is definitely LCQ winner. 60 bucks, that's really good. 60 bucks for LCQ winner is like a bargain. Right? 60 bucks is a bargain pick. Luffy at 100 bucks is also a really good pick. What's his bracket look like? Dogra? I think he has a pretty good chance against Dogra, actually. I actually think this is a pretty doable bracket for Luffy. And he's only 100 bucks. I'll keep that in mind. So, I have 8 players. LCQ winner is a steal, right? Because no matter who it is, 60 bucks is really good. Is this actual money? No, they just give you a $1,000 budget, is the way it works. LCQ winner at 60 bucks is a good deal because that's cheap. That's the cheapest you can purchase somebody. And it's, you know, it's just a great deal, right? It's a great deal. What does Yukon's path look like? Yeah, I think I like Yukon. Out of all the 180s, I think I like Yukon the most. Haitani and Problem X have harder paths than Yukon. I think Yukon is the cheapest because Haitani has to play Sako, who beat him before, then Justin or Moke, who both probably have a decent chance against him. Then he's got to play Problem X, 801 Strider, Itabashi, or Phenom right here. So that means Phenom and Problem X are in the same path, right? And they're both... Or Problem X and Haitani are in the same path, and they're both 180. Yukon is probably the best, most value pick 180 you can get. You think Mena's gonna go far? Who does Mena play first? He plays Cien, then he has to play Kaz or Big Bird. Those are doable matchups for him. But you are making a bet that he beats both of them. And then he has to play winner semis where he has Punk or one of these three. If it's Punk, Punk has beat him a few times. I don't know why the US players underrate Luffy either. Luffy is really good. Dude, Luffy just smoked Nemo and got, what was it? 3rd or 4th or 2nd at Tower of Pride? I don't remember which it was. Luffy is hella good. You find it hard to bet against Kazunoko? I sort of agree with you. That's the one thing I'm worried about. If Big Bird wins here, then I think Mena has good character matchups against both of his characters. But if Kaz wins here, then that one is like a, I don't like betting on that one. I personally don't even want to think about that matchup. I don't want to think about it because I don't know who's going to win that one, right? Kazunoko is a good pick too. Is he a 180? 160 isn't bad. I'm at 600 left. And I have to fill in 6 slots or 5 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. Momochi's 100 bucks. I can't believe Luffy's 100 bucks. To me, that's like a steal. I like Luffy at 100 bucks, even if he has to play Dogra. I think Fudo's a really good pick, but it depends on his price. 160 is not bad. Because I think I like Fudo to beat Momochi. Momochi is only 100 bucks though. I think I like Fudo to beat Momochi, and I like him to beat both of these guys, which puts him at least in winner's quarters. And then he has to beat Tokido though. I don't think that's unwinnable. Fudo's not a bad pick. How much money do I have if I pick Fudo? 340 bucks to pick 3 players. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. I don't think I can actually pick 3 players at that budget without picking people who are all like $100 each. Right? Oh, the scoring is right here. See this? But this is the way it works. Think about it like this. It's not good to go for the big picks. Because, think about it like this. Like, first place is 550. Let's say you buy Punk. Punk's 200 bucks, right? Let's say you buy Punk and he wins at 550. If you buy 2 players worth 100 bucks and they both get 7th, you get more points because it's 390 for 7th. Who's the LCQ winner? You don't know. You're betting on whatever, whoever it makes. But the LCQ winner is only 60 bucks, which is a super good value, I think. Mena's a pretty good value pick, actually. Right? He's like 100 bucks. That's really good, honestly. That's a really good pick at 100 bucks. Because he has to beat Cien, and then he has to beat Kaz or Big Bird. Even if he gets sent to losers and he has to play like Big Bird, I think that that's not a bad matchup for him. Momochi and Itabashi? They're too expensive for my blood, though. I have 340 bucks left to pick 3 people, which means all of them have to be 100 to 120. I can pick 1 100 and 2 120s. That's what I have left. So at 120, we have Justin, Oil King, Gachikun, Daigo, Brolinho, Goichi. Goichi's 100? No way. Goichi's 120? Nah, bro, I like Goichi. I can't believe he's 120. I actually can't believe he's 120. That's crazy. Snake. You really want me to pick Snake Eyes, Stupendous? Stupendous. Level with me right now. Is Snake Eyes gonna beat Oil King? Tell me. Tell me, Stupendous. Tell me. Is he gonna beat him? Then is he gonna beat Yukadon? He has a pocket Akuma? That's not the question I asked. I asked if he's gonna beat him. For America? Nah, bro. You guys, look. Last year, I was flying the red, white, and blue. You guys remember that, right? Last Capcom Cup, I was flying the red, white, and blue. This year, I think top 8 will have 6 to 7 Japanese players. That's my prediction. I think top 8 is gonna be, it's gonna be the land of the rising sun. I think that this is gonna be the year. You took Smug and Mena? Well, here's the thing. Let's say, for instance, I take Smug, right? I have 120 bucks left, which means I should probably try to get someone who's at 120 tier if they have a better path like Daigo, right? But I don't know if I like Snake Eyes is 120 bucks. I didn't know he was in that tier. Damn, Oil King, Yukadon. I don't like that path for Snake. Moke. Moke lost to Justin the last time they played, though. That's hard, right? Justin, I don't know. Justin has a dangerous aura around him at Capcom Cup, you know? If I get somebody who's $20 cheaper, I could get Itabashi Zangief. So if I, like, cut Fudo for, like, Cien, I could get Cien and Itabashi. That's, like, how it goes. And I think that Cien and Itabashi are worth more than Fudo alone, right? I really want Itabashi. The more I think about it, the more I think that he's a good choice. I'm $20 over. That's the thing. I'm $20 over if I get him, so I had to cut somebody down. So Kazu would have to be like Cien or something. Kaz, I could cut Kaz for Cien. I feel like that's an even trade. Like, if I cut Kaz for Cien, I'm exactly even. Kaz is a good pick, though. Right? If I cut Fudo, I can pick Cien, and I'm also even. But Fudo is also, I think I like Fudo's path. Luffy is so good. Nobody gives this guy any credit. LCQ is the cheapest one, so it's a good pick, no matter what. So this is where I'm at currently. Yukon, Kaz, Itabashi, Cien, Goichi, Luffy, Smug. I think this is a pretty good spread. I'm guaranteed, I don't think anybody I picked here is gonna win. Probably. But it's a good spread. The question is whether I pony up some more money and get someone who's hella expensive or not. Like, do I take a Tokido or a Punk? They're so expensive, right? Yukadon, he's got a good path, top seed. I guarantee he will make top 5. Guaranteed. Kazunoko, I like Kazu in this kind of event. Itabashi for sure, terrifying motherfucker, right? Cien always does well at Capcom Cup. Goichi, super good at this price. 120 bucks is really nice, right? Luffy, I like his chances at 100 bucks. I especially. Smug, I also like his path at 100 bucks, and the LCQ winner is a pretty good bet. All right, so let's make my bracket. Let's do the challenge bracket, and we'll come back and lock it in. That's the strategy, right? That's the strategy. Here we go. Time to do predictions, right? Time to do predictions. So we broke down the entire first round matchups on a stream a couple of times, right? And we've talked about it a few times, but I definitely have Punk moving on against whoever wins in the LCQ. I think Punk will be just fine. We'll see. Daigo versus Berlino, I'm 50-50 about. We talked about this one. We haven't seen this matchup between the two of them since Capcom Cup last year. So it's hard to say who's going to win here, right? But I think I have Daigo moving on just because he beat him last time they played. That's it. If they hadn't played before, I don't know who I would have picked, right? Man, this fucking wub is too intense for me. I need something more relaxing. How about this? All right, something a little bit more laid back. Kazu versus Big Bird we talked about before too, right? Kazunoko beat him 3-2, super close. Wait, why buy LCQ if think Punk is gonna beat them up? Because LCQ is 60 bucks, it's super cheap. So it's basically a free buy, right? That's why you buy it. Kazunoko versus Big Bird we talked about before. Kazu on 3-2, that was before Big Bird had a Zeku though, right? So that was before Big Bird had Zeku. But I like Kazunoko. I didn't say Punk's gonna free up the LCQ winner, I just said he's gonna win. Relax down there. You guys are all over-exaggerating. The sky is falling. I think Punk will win, though. Cien versus Mena. I don't think we've seen them play against each other in a tournament. And in fact, we haven't seen Cien play in a while. He had a really good first half of 2016. Or 2017, sorry. And since then, we haven't seen him as much. Mena had a really good second half of 2017, which is how it seems to be going. Most people who really did great at the first part of the year don't seem to be carrying it on to the second part of the year, right? That seems to be happening quite a bit. So this one is hard to pick, I think. I'm going to have to think about that one. Haitani versus Sako. They played last time. Sako won 3-2. Super close match. It was like last game, last hit, basically. I usually think that when matches are close like that, they tend to flip-flop in who wins. So because of that, I'm going to go for Haitani. Justin versus Moke. The last time these two played, Justin won. He beat him 2-0 at Canada Cup. Cleaned him up. It was a very shaky match. It is 3 out of 5 now. Justin has the added pressure of the 0-2 factor, right? The 0-2 factor is real for Justin. You know that going into the match, no matter how much he doesn't want to think about it, he has to think about that. So that's one of those things. I didn't pick Cien versus Mena. I know, I skipped it on purpose. But I don't know. I think Justin might actually beat Moke again. This is a hard one. I think I like him to move on. He's also playing in Battle of the Stones. Yeah, that's the day before. Problem X versus Strider. I think I like Problem X on this one. Just matchup experience. Even though it's not a good matchup for him, I think that he might actually move on and pull this out. I think people underrate how good Problem is, for sure. Like people underrate how good Problem X is. Strider, I think he has a good character matchup here, but a bad player match, probably. I don't know. Problem has lost to other Lauras lately, but it's hard, you know, it's hard. It's a hard one to call. I think that one's going to be a close match. I think I like this to be a really competitive match. Itabashi versus Phenom. So their tournament history is very skewed in Itabashi's favor, but Phenom said that the last time he played him in Japan, it was 10-4 in his favor, which was about a week ago. So the most recent result is that Phenom won, and before that, Itabashi was in, you know, he has a good tournament record against him. So that one's hard to say. I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna think about that one. Tokido versus Ricky. I just like Tokido here. Ring rust is a real thing, almost as real as this 100 yen that I got given. Thanks very much for the $1. That's very kind of you. I never know what to do with my bits, so they just sit in the chat. Like, not the bits you guys give me, but the actual bits. I think I have like 300 or something like that. I don't know how many. I don't know. I should just go give them to somebody. Yeah, this one I think I like Tokido. Ring rust is real. And Tokido's playing super well. So I think that that's going to be a big factor. Right? I think that's going to be a big factor. The longer you haven't played in tournament, the harder it is to just jump back in. Gachikun versus Goichi. I think we were unsure about this one, right? This is one of the closest matches. They've for sure played each other a bunch of times. Goichi's characters aren't amazing against Rashid, right? Like Minot, I don't really love against Rashid for a lot of reasons. Chun, same kind of thing, but I think Ibuki is fine. I'm going to lean on Goichi to take this one, actually. Right, Fudo versus Momochi. We saw that one at Brooklyn Beatdown. They generally said they go 50-50 when they play each other, but Fudo just cleaned them up at Brooklyn Beatdown. Too much for me to argue against it. I got Mr. Fudo. Bonchan versus Smug. I'm sorry, Bonchan. I don't believe. I don't believe. I didn't believe in him at EVO, and I don't believe in him here. I just have a good feeling about that one. Yukadon versus Didymokov. This is hard. This is a hard draw for him because of the matchup, I think, right? Yeah, Bonchan hates Balrog, and he doesn't have good matchups against Smug because Nash versus Balrog is rough. Nash versus Balrog is rough, and if he goes to Karen, like Smug is, you know, he knows that matchup well. He plays against strong Karen players all the time. Yukadon versus Didymokov is like, I think that's a super hard draw for Dhalsim, right? Yukadon has like crazy experience in the matchup, and it's a hard match for Dhalsim. I mean, I don't think Ibuki is that hard for Dhalsim, but hard enough that I think that he gets the edge. Right, just it's rough. Oil King versus Snake. This is one I'm 50-50 about, honestly. I think that Snake could definitely do it, but he hasn't produced enough in the second half of 2017 for me to believe, and Oil King has had a pretty good year overall. He hasn't really won a ton of events, but 14th seed, Capcom Cup. I don't know. I think I like Oil King to move on in this bracket. It's a fine matchup for Rashid as well. Dogra versus Luffy, I'm torn on, right? Because Luffy obviously good against this character, and so is his character matchup. So he's good against Urien. He just beat Nemo over at Tower of Pride, and Luffy's hella good. But the problem, of course, is that Dogra has been killing it lately. He also has a Pocket Bison. Pocket Bison to worry about. I think Dogra is a little stronger than Nemo currently. So yeah, I think I like Dogra to move on. I gotta rethink my Smash GG picks after I look at this bracket that I create, but yeah, we'll see. Valoran versus Mago, I think it's a toss-up. Valoran beat Mago the last time they played. That was about 8 months ago. It's been a long time since then. I don't know. I don't know about either of these guys. Valoran was very close to making top 8 at EVO. Really strong player. Mago, I feel like I don't know what's going on with him a lot of the times in the year. Sometimes he looks amazing. Sometimes he just looks a little flat. So depending on how he shows up at Capcom Cup, I think is very important. But I think he'll be prepared. But I'm going to lean on Valoran on that one. So who didn't I pick in the first round? I didn't pick Itabashi or Phenom, and I didn't pick Cien versus Mena so far. I don't think I've called a lot of upsets so far either. You lost your mod because you made a bad bet, Akira. That's what happened. Cien versus Mena is a hard one for me for sure. I think Mena has a pretty damn good chance. Yeah, I think I like Mena. There. Itabashi versus Phenom. I think I'm gonna go to Itabashi just because I have him, especially because I have him in my Smash GG bracket. Right? Let's do another round of winners and then we'll go down to losers and do a little gauntlet. I don't know. I think Birdie's fine against Ibuki. Yeah, Cien has not been performing the same way in the second half of 2017. I know Zia is gonna come in here and ban my channel for voting that way, but that's just how I feel. Punk versus Daigo. I like Punk. Tough character matchup for Daigo, and Punk is really good at it, honestly. He's super good at the Guile match. If you ever watch him, I've watched him play against Guile on the stream a few times if you hear me talk about it. His way of handling the limbs from Guile and also dealing with booms is really impressive. He's good at shutting down a lot of those buttons. So yeah, I like Punk in this one. Hey, before you blame me, let it be known that the chat yesterday also voted that Daigo would lose to Punk. The chat voted that. So don't blame me for your decisions, chat room. Kazunoko versus Mena is a hard one, but I think I like Kazunoko there. I like Kazu to close that one out. Right? I think that's a fine matchup for Kaz on a player level, and yeah, I think he'll be okay. Have I looked at the LCQ polls yet? No, I haven't studied them that much. You're talking about on stream? Yeah, I haven't looked at them on stream. I looked at them yesterday when they came out. They're fucking wild. Are they confirmed final? I'm not sure yet. Haitani versus Justin. I think that's a fine character matchup for Justin. I don't know that I think that he'll win against Haitani in the clutch. That's the hard part. I think they played a bunch of times this year, and I don't think that it's free, but I think I'm gonna like Haitani to move on. I'm feeling a Japanese Capcom Cup this year. I think Japan will be very strong. Problem X versus Itabashi Zangief. We saw this one at Canada Cup. Tough match. Very tough match for Problem X, right? If he runs into Itabashi, I think that's gonna be trouble. Right, that's a very tough match for Problem, just as a character matchup. Even if he pulls out Birdie or whatever, right? It's pretty tough. Tokido versus Goichi, I think will be close. I think that Minot is not that bad against what's that character's name? Akuma? I don't think she's that bad against Akuma, but I think Tokido will be prepared. Right. Fudo versus Smug is hard to call. I think that Smug has a really good record against Dudes, Mika, but Fudo's a different beast. And the last time I saw him play against Balrog, he was super good. So I think he's gonna take it. Right? I think he's gonna take it. Man, you guys all believed in Smug? Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a hard draw for him. Fudo is really fucking good against Balrog. Yukadon versus Oil King. I have to think about this. I think I like Yukadon, actually, yeah. Dogra versus Valoran. I also like Dogra in that matchup. You guys can't talk me out of it. We're going to loser's bracket. LCQ versus Berlino. Man, this is the hardest part about this whole bracket, right? Is that if I could predict this Saturday morning when we know who the LCQ winner is, it'd be such an easier thing to predict. But I'm going to assume the LCQ winner is Storm, Kubo, or Nemo. Just for top's sake, right? Of the 5 people that are in the LCQ that can make it out, like the highest chance, I think they have a pretty good chance against Berlino. Like 3 of them do. Right? Maybe 3 of them do. So I'm going to put him there. Big Bird versus Cien. I think I like Cien there. Sorry, Big Bird. I want him to win, but I think I like Cien. Right? I think I like Cien to make a loser's run. Sako versus Moke. I like Sako. I think, right? Right? I think I do. I have to think about that one. Hey, where's my tune? So I think that's what I like. I think I like Sake over Moke, and I think I like Cien over Big Bird. Those are the 2 choices. Oh, Brian F. Yeah, there's a lot of people who can make it to the LCQ, honestly. I needed the tunes. Saki over Soju. Sako over Moke is a hard one to think about. Moke is really good, man, but that matchup. The matchup's hard, actually. The matchup's pretty hard. Nah, actually, I think I like Moke. I've changed my mind. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like Moke. Phenom versus Strider is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with Phenom on that one. I'm gonna go with Phenom on that one. I'd be surprised if he goes 0-2. I think I like that matchup. Right? Ricky versus Gotch-kun. I like Gotch-kun. Momochi versus Bonchan. It's a tough match. It's tough. I guess it depends on who Momochi's playing lately. Momochi is so clean though, man. Like, it's hard because Bonchan, I feel like, has not been playing himself lately. But I guess neither has Momochi. I'm gonna take Bonchan. Right? Momochi, I mean, that matchup's not bad for Ken. Actually, it's so hard. Ninimokov plays Dawson. Luffy versus Mago. This shit happened last year. I like Luffy. This is hard. Momochi or Bonchan here is hard. Yeah, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I like Momochi. Ninimokov is the one who won the Latin America LCQ or regional final. All right, regional final there. He's a Dawson player. Dawson is good against Snake's characters, but I think I like Snake Eyes here. Losers bracket. Daigo versus Luffy. That's a hard matchup. I think this will be a close match. Right? This one is really tough. Matchup favor in Daigo, but Luffy is like really good. I don't know. You guys, a lot of you guys don't believe in Luffy, huh? Mena versus Snake Eyes, I like Mena in, I think. Momochi versus Justin, I think I like Justin. Problem X versus Gotchkun. I'm Still Daddy said it's 5-5. I know most Guile players like that match. I know a lot of Rashid players don't like that matchup, and I think Guile's good against it. The results are pretty good for Guile players in that matchup. This one's hard. This one's a really hard match. I think Daigo might get smoked. Problem X versus Gotchkun. Problem. Yeah, I like Problem in that one. Goichi versus Phenom. I like Goichi. Moke versus Smug. I like Smug. Oil King versus Sien. That's hard. A Valoran versus the LCQ winner. I'll just put the LCQ winner. I think that the LCQ winner, whoever they are, they're not going to go out like a chump. Oil King versus Sien is a hard one. Sien has not had a good second half of the year. Although I guess Oil King's had a pretty consistent year overall. Rashid. When's the last time these two played? It hasn't been that long ago, right? I think I like Oil King. I think I like Oil King. LCQ versus Oil King. That's where the LCQ run has ended. Change the song, please. You know what? You might be right. It might be time for a change. We've been listening to this for a while, right? Alright. Smug versus Goichi. Goichi has... Yeah, Goichi has good matchups here. I like Goichi. I don't think Smug is the best against the super high level... that Price is Right Zeku theme. Problem X versus Justin, I like Problem. Mena versus Luffy. Mena probably, right? Back up the winner side. Punk versus Kazu. I like Punk. Haitani versus Itabashi Zangief. I think I like Itabashi. We're working on emotes right now, actually. There's a few in progress. We have a Kazunoko emote that might be pretty buff. Although I don't know the lore about putting someone's face on your own. Like, I feel like it's kind of weird for me to just put his face on there without asking, you know? I don't know. I have to think about that. Haitani has beat Itabashi before. Yeah, they're sort of back and forth. I don't think Itabashi is free to Haitani, though. No, definitely not. Fudo versus Tokido. I like Tokido here. These two are pretty close, though, right? They had that Broken Beatdown set. That was pretty close. Yugadon versus Dogra. They've played each other a bunch of times, too, right? The fuck is Itabashi doing in winners? What do you mean? You're crazy. How could you be surprised? I don't think I'm not counting out Haitani. These two have had close sets like every time they played. Maybe not close sets is the better word. They've traded sets throughout the year, right? They've traded sets and they play each other a lot. I don't think this is free for either player. In theory, it might be in tournament, but in general, yeah, they've traded sets. Yugadon versus Dogra is a harder pick for me. I think Dogra is riding a good wave right now, actually, though. I think Dogra is riding a pretty positive wave. So that sets up my winner's top 8. Itazan beats Punk. Punk beat him the last time they played, but yeah. Alright, loser side. We're up here now. Haitani versus Oil King. I think I like Haitani in that one. I don't love the matchup, but I think I like Haitani to move on. Kazu versus Goichi. I think I like Kazunoko here. Yukonon versus Problem. Man, that's a tough match. Fudo versus Mena is a hard one too. Kazunoko always shows up, I agree. Kazunoko does always show up. That's why he's over here. Yukidon or Problem is hard. I think this is 50-50. I think the Japanese players get smoked by Problems. I think the Japanese players get smoked by Problem a lot. You feel like I'm surprised to know this song? You mean you're surprised that I know this song, or surprised that you know this song? Fudo versus Menace pretty close. Pretty close, I think. I think I like Fudo, yeah. He's beat him before. Yukidon versus Problem. I don't know. This is a hard one. I might like Problem here. Yukidon is so good, man. I think I like Yukidon. Alright, so that's my top 8. How many Japanese players do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jesus Christ. I told you guys that I feel pretty strongly that Japan is going to clean up this year at Capcom Cup, right? I told you guys I feel pretty strongly about that. Yeah, honestly, I think that this match is 50-50, straight up. I think that this is a pretty close match. I think this is a super close match. Yukidon versus Problem X, I think it's 50-50. That's a hard match to call, for sure. Yukidon versus Fudo. I think I like Yukidon in that one. Kazunoko versus Haitani, I think I like Kaz. Let's go back up here. The last time these two played, Punk used the Pocket Nash to beat Itabashi. That's hard, man. Is this Planet Namek theme? Yeah. I know, I like Strider too. I'm a big Strider fan. Right, I'm a big Strider fan. Yeah, dude would have helped the US's chances for sure. But, you know, he's got shit to deal with. Who cares about a video game when you got other problems in your life or whatever, right? If he has got something else going on, he's got something else going on. I think I like Punk here. Now the question, do we have Tokido Punk or do we have Dogra Punk? I kind of think it might be Dogra. I think it might be Dogra. This is a tough match for me to think about. The more I think about it, the more I think that Tokido might lose. Right? The more I think about it, the more I think he might lose. Tokido won't fall for the mix-ups. You've never fought a Urian, have you? Everybody falls for the mix-ups. Tokido versus Kazunoko. I think I like Tokido there. Itabashi versus Yukidon. I think I like Itabashi. And then here, I think I like Tokido. Here, I like Punk. And then here, I think I like Tokido. Oh, shit. Wait, where does he go? He goes up here, right? Yeah, down over there. I have to drag him horizontally. Or diagonally. Kaz getting 3rd place again. I have him at 5th. I have him at 5th this time. That's what I have. I think this is my bracket. All right. I think this is it. I think this is my bracket. What a boring prediction. Gonna be so off. You know, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about predictions in general. To technically, like, if you wanna think about it, you should really always now refresh. Shut up over there. When it comes to predictions, this is how it goes. I really don't like making predictions a lot of times because there's people like that guy in the chat. Because let's say, for instance, Punk has played, I don't know, like, let's just pick a name. Let's say Punk has played, you know, John Smith 10 times. And Punk has beat him 10 times in the last 10 tournaments. If I predict Punk winning, it's mathematically the correct choice, right? Mathematically, that's the correct choice, right? It's just how it goes, right? Because, you know, you can point to the tournament history. You can say, Punk has beat that guy 10 times in a row. So logically, Punk is probably going to win again, right? Then what happens is people say, man, you predicted Punk to win again? Ugh, so boring. Right? So boring. And it's like, well, it is boring, but that's just what's supposed to happen, right? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So then when John Smith wins, it's like 15 times he's lost to Punk. He beats him one time. Everybody's like, I fucking told you. Your prediction is so wrong. You're a moron. How could you ever think that John Smith wasn't going to beat Punk? And it's just like, the record is 15-1. I would be stupid if I predicted John Smith. Right? It doesn't make any sense, but that's just how people think when they look at predictions, you know? That's why I hate doing predictions, because if you predict logically, but then you're wrong, that's fine because, you know, it happens, right? Fucking upsets happen. But the people are just so, they're like, ah, you fucking moron, I got you, fucking, your fucking fly is down. You're just like, all right, well, you got me. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do about it. You know? Predictions are going to be wrong. There's zero chance. So I said this yesterday. I think there's a good chance in the first 16 matches, right? There's 16 matches in winner's side. I would be surprised if 8 of my predictions are right. Half. If I'm 50-50, I'll be surprised. Right? There's no way to predict it all. Because Street Fighter is one of those games where the top seed doesn't always win. There's different interactions between every single player. So it's super hard to actually logically predict it because everybody's different, right? And the game is changing constantly. It's not like this is a game where we have 10 years of sample size to look at and be like, all right, well, we can just say that this is how this goes. You just sort of have to make logical predictions based on player trends, player experience, the character matchup. And those are like the most important things you can do, right? Those are like sort of the deciding factors that you can come up with. And that's all there is to it. So that's why my bracket looks the way it looks. Most of the top seeds get swept. It depends on the game in the tournament, right? It just depends. Like, for instance, at EVO, Punk was the #1 seed and he got 2nd. So he didn't get swept, right? That's not like he got swept. Like, you know, I called it for USA last year. I did call it for USA last year, and the USA won. This year, I think Japan is going to have a super heavy force in the top 8, which is what my prediction came out to be, right? I have 7 Japanese players in the top 8 and 1 American. There might be 1 other European or 1 other American or, you know, Cien from Singapore or Taiwan or something. I don't know. Now that we've done that, we're on Planet Namek, where time is running out. It's going to explode, and I got to go take my choices here. Where do I have Yukon finishing? Like, top 10, right? Top 8? Yukon is 5th. Kazunoko I have at 4th. Itabashi Zangief I have at 3rd. Cien I have... Uh-oh. Alright, maybe Cien's not the right choice. So at 140, I need another choice who is more up here. Maybe I should just start this over. Alright. Let's take this from the top. I like Yukon's path. Right? I like Dogra. Fudo or Kaz. I think I like Kaz more. That puts me at 500 bucks with 4 players left. I should take the LCQ person because, you know, that just makes sense, right? Yukon, Dogra, and Kaz are all good choices. Can be more than 8. Number of characters used in top 8 can be more than 8. Yeah, it can be more than that. Number of unique characters, it just goes up to 10. That's it. So if there's multiple pocket characters, it doesn't work. Alright, so I got 4, and I got 440 left, which means everybody has to be pretty cheap at this point. Right? I wish I could just be like, boom, boom, and then call it. But you have to fill out the whole thing. Right? Alright, it's better for your point spread to have 8 players anyway. So now that that's settled, I don't have Fudo this time. I have to pick cheaper players. If I picked Itabashi, I'd have to go all 100 people there. Why Dogra over Fudo? I just think he's going to do better. I believe in Urian. I got a little bit of bias there. Oil King, I think I have making it decently far, right? Oil King, 9th place. Maybe Oil King's a good 120 value. Goichi is great at 120 also. How much money do I have left? 200. So I could have to pick $200 players, which I think was Mena, and then I have to pick somebody else, right? Probably Luffy, although I think I have him losing to Luffy. Yukadon, Dogra, Kazunoko, Oil King, Goichi, Mena. You're probably right, Curly. That's actually probably the reason. My LCQ predictions, I think I want Nemo to win, or one of the Americans like Brian F. I think it'd actually be cool to see Storm Kubo win. Large Bird. You guys like Large Bird? I think Large Bird's bracket is hard. I think Momochi's bracket is also hard. Problem is expensive. That's the issue. I have Luffy placing back here, but I think Luffy has a decent chance. I think both of those two are the best $100 picks. They just happen to be next to each other in bracket. That sucks. I think the two best $100 picks are probably Luffy and Mena, but they're next to each other in bracket, which makes it hard. Luffy. Smug's not a bad $100 pick either, right? I don't think I have him placing very well in my bracket, but he's a good $100 pick. If he beats Fudo, he's a great $100 pick. And I don't have Fudo, so yeah, fuck it. Smug's not a bad choice. I have 8 different characters in my top 8. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have 8 different characters in my top 8. Yeah, so that's what I should go with, right? Yeah, 8. That sound about right? Maybe 9 actually if Punk plays a second character. So it's either 8 or 9. I'll go with 9. What you get for predicting right is they have hoodies and other Smash GG goodies for you. And it's free to do. 13 for the LCQ winner is what I have. Yeah, Nash. Punk is likely to go Nash. Yeah, and somebody else could play a pocket. Like if Goichi makes top 8. I don't think I have him making top 8. But if he does, you know, he could. Yeah, Punk has other characters he plays. Nobody else really does. So I think this is my bracket. I think 8 is probably a safer choice, though. I'll go with 8. And if Problem wins, it's still 8. Yeah, actually, you're probably correct. 8. I'm gonna go with 8. I think this is my team. Team Sajam Segways. Sound good? Team Sajam Segways, it's looking like. So boom. Create my team. My fantasy bracket and my what's it called? My Smash GG bracket look like they're done. So I'll finish this bracket up. And I'll link it in case you guys are curious. Winner, I'm gonna put Punk as the winner. Prediction title, Sajam's bracket.